Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Oturi. If you're a new subscriber, it's really nice to have you here. I hope at the end of this video you'll be convinced to subscribe to my channel. And if you're an old subscriber, it's really nice to have you back. Thank you for always coming back. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a very simple and easy routine and regimen for beginners. You're starting your hair journey for the first time. That feeling of, okay, I don't really know what to do. What do I do? Where do I start from? And what's hair regimen and routine to use, and how do I go about caring for my hair generally? So I'm going to be sharing with you guys just very easy tips that you can follow, and very easy, that it will be very easy for you to include in your routine and in your day-to-day activities and your hair care journey and all of that. It's not only natural hair that needs hair care routine or regimen. Whether you are natural, whether you are relaxed, or your hair is texturized, you sure need hair routine or regimen that you need to follow, because that is the only way you can grow a healthy hair. However, your hair care routine and regimen can improve and change over time, because you get to know your hair better as time goes by, with your hair journey and all of that. You know your hair better, you know what your hair needs, what your hair wants. It's also important you know that there is no hair care routine or regimen that will make you to have waist long hair in a day. There is absolutely no regimen or routine like that. It has to do with constant practice and patience with your hair. That is when you would see the result that you are looking for. It does not happen in a day. You have to be constant, you have to be patient, you have to be careful with your hair and all of that. So let's go to the business. I've been saying hair regimen, hair regimen, hair regimen. What is hair regimen? Hair regimen is a routine that is set by you to make your hair healthy. A hair regimen provides structure, repetition, and consistency to the lifelong process of taking care of your hair. It involves both products and the process to take care of your hair, in order to make your hair healthy and to grow it healthy and long, whichever way you want it. So starting your hair journey, you need to have it in mind that you have to be kind and patient with your hair. Your hair does not have a bone. Your hair does not have a bone. So you have to be careful. It's a very, it's just very tiny strand like that. So you have to be very careful and patient whenever you are handling your hair, whether you are combing it, you are detangling it, you are making it, or trying to make protective style, or everything. You need to have it in mind that you have to be very careful and patient with your hair. Please, that is number one thing you have to keep in mind. Number two is deep conditioner. Like, you have to take deep conditioning very seriously. I remember when I used to be relaxed. I mean, it's just normally we wash our hair maybe once in a month, I mean once in 2 months, and then we just condition any time we feel like. It's not even necessary we condition our hair. Sometimes we just wash and then that's all. If you are starting your hair journey, you need to keep in mind that you need constant hair conditioning, deep conditioning, both deep conditioning, moisturizing conditioning, and protein conditioning. Your hair needs it. Then number three is you need to focus on your scalp. That is where your hair grows from. That is the home that your hair comes from. So you need to keep your scalp clean. You need to keep it healthy as well. It's not just the hair. you know for you to grow a healthy hair, your scalp has to be healthy as well. So that is another thing. Then detangling your hair now, you need to be very careful when you are detangling your hair. Like I've said before, your hair does not have bone, so you have to be very careful and gentle when you are detangling your hair. I would advise that you work on your hair in section. That is, section your hair, like part it into different, probably one side, two, then like four or five. I work more on, like, I work in like let's say 10 to 15 section when my hair is not in twist. At least that is the least I can work with. The least is 15 or 10 section, because the length and volume of my hair. But you can work with 4 because you're just starting. You can just work with 4 section, work with this side, and then as time goes on, you just then if you can manage more than 4 section, then I would advise you should. Detangling your hair in section will be very, very easy for you to do. Trust me, it will be very easy for you to do. You can detangle your hair first, finger detangle your hair. I'll probably drop a video on how to finger detangle your hair properly, like from the end to the root. I don't do from root to the end. It's much better for me that way. So I do from roots, from the end of my hair to the root. That's the way I detangle my hair. I would probably drop in a video on how I finger detangle my hair. Another one is you need to keep your hair moisturized. You are not going to like your hair being dry and then sounding like a crunchy biscuit every time. So you need to keep your hair moisturized. So you need to retain moisture in your hair. You need to include moisture in your products as well. I'm going to be telling you daily routine that you should include so that you can retain moisture in your hair. That one is experimenting with a protective style. You have to experiment with protective style very, very carefully. You know this saying of if you have natural hair, it's versatile. You can do this hairstyle and then do this one and then the other one. My dear sister, you have to be very, very careful with experimenting with protective style. I'm not going to deceive you. My protective style basically revolve around like 2 to 3 styling, like maybe twist, braid, then I pack ponytail sometimes, not mostly. Then I bun. I'm not. It's normally we wear protect natural hair is versatile, but still you need to be very careful with the way you experiment with protective style. I'm not trying to discourage you from starting the hair journey or from going natural or texturized or whichever one you choose. But then you want to reduce the number of time or the amount of time that you manipulate with your hair. So you do not want your hair breaking or shedding unnecessarily. So you need to be very careful with the way you experiment with protective styling. Also, you need to try to avoid heat styling. Try to avoid it as much as you can. As much as you can. As much as you're avoiding too much experimenting with protective style, you need to avoid heat styling as well. Heat, you must have heard by now that heat is not too good for hair. Whether it's natural, or whether texturized, heat is not too good for hair. Now doing it consistently again, you're the type that likes straightening your hair. You want straight hair. You naturally your hair is not straight, so you want straight hair. You want straight hair. It is not. It's not even a thing I would advise that you would incorporate into your hair routine or into your hair regimen. Please, please, please. It's a no for me. So please, you need to do away with e styling or have it at the back of your mind that okay, no e styling at all, or maybe just 5% of 100 of e styling. Another factor to keep in mind is avoiding drying ingredients. Now that's where knowing your product comes in. Shampoo, for example, you need to avoid shampoos that have sulfate in it because sulfate dries out your hair. It washes out the moisture in your hair and then all the moisture that you have retained probably during the weeks you would maybe you wash your hair twice in a week or I don't know, maybe monthly or thereabouts. All the moisture you have retained, it washes away all the moisture that your hair has retained. So you need to be very careful with the kind of product. You need to be careful with the styler you use. Alcohol-based stylers is a no-no. Non-moisturizing conditioner is a no-no. So as much as you want to be very careful with the amount of heat you use to your hair, you have to be very careful with the product that you apply to your hair as well. And lastly, the trimming of your hair. Your hair still needs regular trimming. Before I started my hair journey, what do I even know about trimming hair? I just know that okay, normally I didn't know it was trimming off my hair that I was doing it. I just usually tell my stylist then to just cut maybe an inch off because my hair was longer, so I just wanted some inches off then. So That's just normally what I do, but maybe once in 2 3 years. But your hair needs regular trimming. And when I say regular, I'm not saying every year. I mean, I'm not saying every 2 days or every week or every month. I do not trim my hair every month. I don't trim my hair every 2 months. I don't trim my hair every 3 months. I don't trim my hair every 4 months. Okay, I have the number of time. I only so once I check, I need to like check my hair to see if it needs trimming. I don't just go trimming my hair, because if you keep trimming your hair every day, every month, every week, how will you retain the length that you ought to retain? And that's where the hair care generally comes in. If you take care of your hair and you detangle it properly and gently, the way with patience, the way you're supposed to detangle and all of that, then the number and amount of time that you trim would reduce. You won't have breakage and split end that you need to cut away, because that is basically that is majorly the reason why we trim our hair. Uneven length, breakage, and um split ends. That's why we need to trim our hand. So now let me give you a routine that will be easy for you to follow. Let me just drop a routine for you. Aside from all those ones, those are just what you need to keep in mind. Those ones I just listed, they are things you need to keep in mind. Now let me give you the routine, daily or however you want to do it, daily, weekly, or bi-weekly, or monthly, and monthly, sorry, and monthly. So daily or 3 times in a week, you spritz your hair with water or moisture. You can get a moisturizer, spritz your hair that has its base as water. The base is water. Then you need to spritz it on your hair. Then apply your oil, whichever oil you want to choose, whether coconut oil, olive oil, argan oil. I don't know. Most of the time, I use coconut oil with tea tree oil. So after applying the moisture, you apply the oil to your hair strands now. Then you apply the oil. Then you seal it in with leave-in conditioner. That is the LOC method: liquid, oil, and conditioner. That you just apply it like that to every section of your hair. That is, try to do this like 3 times in a week. Try as much as possible to be consistent with this, just for your hair to retain moisture. Then I do not wash my hair weekly, so you can choose to wash your hair weekly if you wish, or maybe bi-weekly. I wash my hair twice in a month. Is that bi-weekly? I don't know. So yeah, that is it. Twice or once in a month. Sometimes depends on the amount of product that I use on my hair that month. So I do not wash my hair every week. Please remember, no surface shampoo. Although surface shampoo also has its own advantage when you need it. It has its own advantage as well. But then it's not every time. Just as too much of everything is not good, as you know. So when you wash your hair, you condition it, then you cover it with your shower cap, just for the um conditioner to penetrate into your hair, into the strands of your hair, so that your hair can be well moisturized. You can use steam cap if available. You can use steam cap, but in the absence of no steam cap, you can just double the shower cap or nylon, whichever one. You leave it for about maybe 20 minutes, depends. 15, I leave mine for like 30 minutes. So you can just leave it for about 20 15 minutes and then wash it off. After washing it off, then you leave your hair to air dry it. Please don't use blow dryer. You're trying as much as possible to reduce the amount of heat you expose your hair to, so you don't want to use too much heat. So air dry your hair. That's it. Air drying is leaving it for natural hair to dry the hair. So once it's like it's almost dry, not like very very dry, just a little bit damp, then instead of using your moisturizer now, but you can decide to use it if you want to. But sometimes I don't use mine. I just apply my oil like that. They're already in section. I apply my oil, detangle it, then apply my leave-in conditioner. Sometimes I use my leave-in conditioner to detangle my, it's not even sometimes, most time my leave-in conditioner is my detangler. Most of the time that's what I use to detangle my hair. So you can just use leave-in conditioner to detangle your hair, then you style it as you want. So monthly now, please, you need to keep in mind that even if you did not wash your hair every week, before I forget this, even if you do not wash your hair every week, you need to condition your hair every week. You know, I already explained that your hair needs moisture. Your hair, especially if your hair is low porosity, you need to condition your hair. Even if you do not wash your hair in a week, try to condition it that same week. So you condition your hair weekly now. Weekly. Lastly is the use of bonnet. The use of bonnet. It's not a new thing now. It's everywhere. You need to use bonnet. You should use certain bonnet. It's everywhere. Even people that are not on hair journey, normally they use it. So you need to start using your bonnet the right way. Using it the right way is covering your hair whenever you want to lie down. So far as you are lying down, you want to put your head down, let it be satin pillow that you're using, or satin bonnet, or satin scarf. It's because of friction and nothing else. You know, your hair does not have a bone, like I've said, so it's not like strong, just to avoid friction on your hair and then breakage and splitting unnecessarily. That is why satin bonnet is very, very good. We have come to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things from this video that I've dropped today. So thank you very much for watching from the beginning to the end of my video. Thank you for sticking around. And to my new, if you're just watching me for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be dropping really nice tips for you to grow your hair healthy. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section and like my video. I'm open to ideas. What would you like me to share with you? What tip would you like me to share with you in my next video? So thank you for watching. God bless you. See you in my next video.